can't take it to 10.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at Paul Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the Pittsburgh Steelers. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Shut! 57 ending. 52. Exit.
This is a guy who made a Pro Bowl in his second season, James Conner. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. On second down, Conner looking for space. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Bridgewater now. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. Geno Atkins in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Now Conner. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on third down. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
35 yards that time on the punt. And the Bengals will take over here first and 10. Our first update now comes from Atlanta. And the Bucs are out to an early lead. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. So good starting field position for them here as they come up first and 10 at their own 37. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it second and 12. Here's Dalton. He completes it to Boyd. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Andy Dalton looked good on that pass, but I'll tell you what, all time in his career against Pittsburgh, it has been a struggle. 3-12 as a starter against these Steelers. Just more evidence of their dominance over the years in the AFC North. Andy Dalton. And Eifert has it. Past the 20, 10, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Tyler Eifert, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. It's that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
Well, you know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
On play action, it's Bridgewater. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now Bridgewater. And Robinson with a big catch. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. Well, that'll get him to first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. Off the play fake, Bridgewater. Safarian-Jenkins has it. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. On the run is Connor. And he's taken down inside the 30. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Geno Atkins, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. To throw is Bridgewater. This is caught by Robinson. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. Seventh play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Bridgewater to throw it. And an alley to run. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. And Boswell's kick is good. Boswell signed to a 4-year deal prior to last season, but he struggled a little bit.
Yeah, do you think that they saw 13 of 20 when they signed him to a 4-year deal?
Not at all.
Needs a big bounce back in 2019 if he wants to see the end of that contract.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going.
2 times, 2 times. Hey, you got 3, three down, 3 down. Switch it, come on, switch it.
This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. It's a 6-yard loss on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Hands up, lead! Right there in the middle, 55. It's a party now. It's a party now.
Now Dalton. And this is incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And it's 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Rager. Mark 55. He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Mike 55.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down. Punting now is Huber as he sends it away. Fielded just inside the 20. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Hey, alert 3.
On 2nd down now, it's Connor. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Third and short yardage, Bridgewater. He sets to fire deep. It's caught at the 10. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Demarcus Robinson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead. And his kick is no good. It's an early miss. We'll see if that has any ramifications later here as the afternoon wears on. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Dalton. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Dalton on target here to Uzama. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Andy Dalton now already at 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3-and-out.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Dalton here from the gun. And he slings one that's incomplete. He was looking for Joe Mixon there out of the backfield. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Dalton. Got his man. It's Eifert. 12 yards there and a first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
55, Mike. Watch twist. We got it.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. And his throw is incomplete.
Intended for A.J. Green. Incomplete. Joe Hayden on the coverage.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Hey, they're scared.
Mixon will try the right side. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. After one, our score 9-6. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. So Dalton now. And the catch good. It's Eifert. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Nice completion there for Andy Dalton. Charles, you worked some of his games when he was at TCU. Now you've worked his games in the NFL. What progression have you seen?
I've seen a guy who took over as a freshman in college and got better and better each year. Always added a little bit more to his game, got stronger. But the best part about him is he's always been accurate.
And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Call it a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. To throw here, Dalton. Blitz coming, and And down he goes. Tim Williams in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Here's Randy Bullock now as he'll go for the field goal. And Bullock will put this one through, and that will tie the score now at 9 apiece. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. It's Connor as they stay on the ground. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Check back. Check back. 51. Let's go, 1-1.
Bridgewater now on 2nd down. And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a 1st down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. Here's Bridgewater. That's complete to Robinson. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the 1st half. It's a 1st down.
Here we go. Here we go.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on 1st. Trying to drop one in, but it's incomplete. The intended target, the tight end, Austin Safarian Jenkins. And it's 2nd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Here's Connor. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
They just do get the play off. Now Bridgewater. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased.
A.J. Green, 20, 10, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A.J. Green hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to regain the lead. This time, the extra point up and good, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They are down by a single possession here, 16-9 as they come up 1st and 10. First down, Bridgewater. Caught, Safarian-Jenkins, right side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
They go play action. Bridgewater. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Credit the sack to Brandon Marshall.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. On second down, it's Connor, and this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. Bridgewater. Open man, it's Vanette. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That goes for a gain of 31.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
Here we go again. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
And the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10. Bridgewater. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. Geno Atkins in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22.5 set in 2001. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Throwing is Bridgewater. And the pressure gets to him again. Geno Atkins with sack number 23 on the year, breaking Michael Strahan's mark of 22.5. Congratulations. 3rd and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. Bridgewater now from the 50. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was really easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Now Joe Mixon. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He lost 6 there on the 1st down play. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. Might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
Dalton able to hit Ross. That's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
Bengals 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Let's go.
We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They go play action here on 1st down. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. Brandon Carr there to make the stop.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable third down, because they had the incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on third down.
Watch Mike. Hey, here I come.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. Tim Williams able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Here's Kevin Huber now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Bridgewater now. He's going to air one out. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Demarcus Robinson, as the first half is winding down, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And oh, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is fielded at the goal line.
Let's go.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 46-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Throwing, Dalton. He's going to look deep down the field. And it's knocked away and incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Throwing again. Dalton. To the left side here for Eifert. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a first down. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away, no good. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
We own them. 2-2. Move.
They'll run with Mixon. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
I'm coming after you.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Now Dalton. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Check your hot read. Regular.
Snap came at 1. Now here's Dalton. Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack.
That's be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the 3rd quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. And it's taken in at the 9. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Right back to Connor here on 1st. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on second down. They hit him with a draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
Now, you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on second and long when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field and they're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass them with a running play.
And he finds Safarian Jenkins. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Following the penalty, it's Williams. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. 2nd and 5 now. Bridgewater. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. Who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
They try the 50-yarder and miss it, and now this offense has it 1st and 10 at the 40. Dalton now to pass. He's going to air it out deep for Green. All incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now a first carry for their fullback. It was Taven Bryan who got him down defensively.
As diverse as the running game has become in the NFL, there's still a place for the fullback position. And on that play, he gained nice yardage.
Ladies, you gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna get this? You think you gonna get this? 368!
Dalton. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Brandon, these cornerbacks have their hands full all afternoon long, but they finally get a measure of revenge as he gets himself in a nice spot. He's able to get 2 hands on the football and pick it off.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Get a little closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. Here's Grant. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third.
Let's put that team on the punt. 52's the mark, boy. 52. Three burns.
From the gun, Bridgewater. Able to find Switzer. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
First down, Steelers.
Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Strong right.
To throw, Bridgewater. Open man is Switzer, complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Mike 52. Hey, Mike 52.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
The crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone.
There goes Green. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Andy Dalton with his 3rd touchdown pass of the game. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. We've seen that a time or two over the years from A.J. Green, long, explosive touchdown catches.
And he is so good at playing the ball in the air and going over the top of people to make catches. I think his teammates call it playing a little bit of hoops or playing above the rim. He is fantastic at it and continues to get better as his career progresses.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time out, another missed field goal, so maybe their confidence wavering a little bit right now in the kicking game.
And I'm with you on that. I think at this stage, they'd love to not run him back out there in a tough situation. But let's face it, they may have to. So right now, the head coach is talking to the offense coordinator and saying, call this game like we're going to put it in the end zone. Let's try and take the field goal out of it. Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Again, it's counter. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw here, Dalton. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a first down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Andy Dalton now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of the story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. 38 yards on the scamper there.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Dalton operating in the red zone now. He completes it to Boyd. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Here's Dalton. And that's complete. It's Green here. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. And the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all. And now they're looking at 3rd down here. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the 4th. The Bengals on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Now after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. They come out here in the eye. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Here's a run with Mixon. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. One of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you could darn near lay down.
And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Zach Line, his 4th touchdown on the year. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. And that's why you have the fullback, Charles. Couldn't get it into play before with the smaller guy. Turned to a little more power. They score it.
And that has to warm the hearts of a lot of old-school football fans. They love when they get to see a little bit of power football.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And the Steelers first down.
This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Here's Bridgewater. That's complete to Robinson. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Throwing again on 2nd down. Bridgewater. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 34-yard line. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on 1st. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Here we go. Here we go, D. Get off the field.
Bridgewater again. That's complete to his running back, Connor. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. James Conner, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for 1 here. As this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
Makes the score Bengals 30, Steelers 22.
So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While he gets attended to, we'll step aside. The Bengals drive about to get going. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but it's still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. It's Mixon on the counter. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. So that'll back them up 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Regular. They go 368. 52.
Here we go, D. All day. Defense, all day. All day.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. He's got Green. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Green last year had the lowest numbers of his career output-wise, 694 yards, 6 touchdowns. But, of course, there was a reason for that. He was battling a toe injury the second half of the season. And, boy, did the Bengals miss his presence. They limped to the finish line, losing 7 of their last 8. They are happy to have him back and healthy. Now they run with Mixon. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
Lean. They go 368.
Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go.
Passing, it's Dalton. And able to find Green. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there. Dalton going to break the huddle, come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Dalton here from the gun. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon. But with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Get that ball. Get that ball.
They'll run here with Mixon. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
Mike 55. Mike 55. Mike 55. It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
Andy Dalton. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And that will bump the lead up to 11. So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
First down, Bridgewater. Robinson's got it. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They need a touchdown, the two-point conversion, and a field goal. Pretty good start to the drive, though.
Yeah, good start to the drive, but the urgency has to really be increased by both the players on the field and everyone on the sidelines. Got to make sure everyone is up and into this game.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51.
Here's Bridgewater. And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First down, Steelers.
Let's go. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. He'll let this go for the end zone. That's going to be caught. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 59 yards.
No, check that.
They'll throw again. Bridgewater. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down. They come out here in the I. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll look to run with counter. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Trying to power it ahead with Watt. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Derek Watt, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are back within a single score. And when the smaller guy can't power it across the goal line, Charles, sometimes you need to go with a fullback. They did. It worked.
What's that thing about force and mass? How's that?
Oh, yeah. Force equals mass times acceleration.
Oh, that's big-time stuff. That's from the same guy the apple dropped on his head, right?
And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal? End the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Again, it's Mixon. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4.
Here we go, Ken. Hey, let go.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. He's got his man, Boyd. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. He gets this one to Boyd. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Let's get this.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Once again, they run with Mixon. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. On 3rd down, Mixon. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Dalton down to a knee, and that'll be all she wrote. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So for the Bengals, the win keeps them barely hanging on to their playoff hopes as they move to 4 and 7. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, the problems just get worse and worse as they fall to 2 and 9 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our